Hey, we're live.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Hi. I'm Alex. This is,
Marco.
and
and
I'm
of
May.
course, the lovely May. And then we are live again. This week's topic is: Shall we invest in Bitcoin and Web3? I mean, it's a very general question, of course, but this is spoken in context of all that craziness that was happening right now, and people were was you know was at one point, like, it looks like the whole um, crypto market has taken a big hit, and then people start talking about, hey, we should do something more traditional. Next thing you know, traditional market got a big smack, and then people kind of like, reeling from it. So I'd like to hear what Marco and May has said about this, because it's actually quite an interesting time right now to understand where you put your money. So please,
Yeah.
maybe Marco, you'd like to start?
Yeah, I'll go on with my thinking. So May has been always been telling us for the last half a year now that we should really look into Web3, all the blockchain related infrastructure companies. And then recently, I've been talking to a fund that I have invested in, and the fund manager was telling me that, look, a lot of these good Web3 blockchain related companies are now in discount. You know, re- with good reason, because the market is down, and then people having trouble raising money, and all of a sudden all these good assets are at least 50% or even more discount from the previous round of fundraising. So it's a really good time to kind of cherry pick a good company. And then on
Yeah,
Saturday, on Saturday I was talking to what I think is an expert. May actually knows this person very well, Alex also, and he was telling me that, look, he's about to start a new fund to invest and to investigate these wonderful Web3 blockchain related company to invest out from the same reason. And then combined with the fact that the all the banks are arguably in trouble, some banks actually fell, and then Bitcoin has not dropped during this period of time and actually went up in price. Um, so I was wondering, maybe this is a good time to talk about this topic. Should we invest in Bitcoin? Should we invest in Web3 technology now? Um, so May, what do you think?
well, I think it's a simple question with a very, very complex answer. You have to look at these two things totally differently, as in the Bitcoin and Web3 will start to have distinctive foundations as things develop. People start to see the difference between the two, which is like Web3 and Bitcoin more and more. Of course, you're talking about blockchain, and when people call everything in one bundle cryptocurrencies, but both of them have using different philosophy to build. So at the end of the day, you will see the difference between the two groups, like very, very distinctively. So this is the first answer. So I think we need to answer things separately: Bitcoin and Web3, and these two are different. But if you want a broad generic answer, so yes, this is the time. Bitcoin, the price will go up because it's interesting, because money has been questioned, like what is money really? Can we trust anyone, or should we diversify? Bitcoin market cap is still small. Can we just like buy it and hope for the best? Because at the end of the day, money is not safe anyway in the banking system. And Bitcoin itself was born to be some money. And you see, macroeconomics point of view, you start to see the money, speculative money, start to come in. And that's why people want to invest in Bitcoin and also Web3 for that particular reason. And Web3 is another thing. So Web3 is a computing blockchain network. So you're looking at a very programmable, high tech with your ownership, like real ownership, not putting money in the bank, but your money in your wallet, and your wallet's yours no matter you change how many times you change your computer, your wallet's yours. So that kind of Web3 is a very popular concept right now. But I think one problem with Web3 is barrier to entry, and I kept saying this in the previous clips and videos, because in this blockchain world, technology is not difficult. I mean, as in, you can copy the technology a lot, you can fork it, you can read the codes, so everything is open, everything is out there. So the barrier to entry is quite low. When you start a bank, you need a lot of capital. But when you start to have the cryptocurrencies bank, or financial system in the cryptocurrencies, you don't need a lot at all. So the barrier to entry is like quite low, and you start to see red ocean flooding very, very soon, very, very quickly. So when you invest in Web3, overall it looks good, but due diligence is required a lot, because everybody's going to do it. Wallet is easy. My team can do it within 2 days. So wallet is super easy, and to attach things in a wallet is not that difficult. So there you go. Everybody can do it. I mean, people in the blockchain tech background, people can do it, and well, it's not that difficult to do it well, I must say. So it's a high competition there. So we use Web3 as product to integrate with other things, but not Web3 itself to sell. So yes, we should invest. Yes, to answer the question, yes, I think we should invest, but for different reasons.
So like anything that you want to put your money in, you have to first understand whether do good due diligence to it, and it's no different anywhere else.
Yeah. I think for discussion's sake, I think it's very important for us to kind of clarify the difference between Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency. I think to me, Bitcoin has proven to me that throughout this last 1 year, with all the turbulence, I think Bitcoin has proven that it is a stable commodity, I would call it, whereas other cryptocurrency has been arguably less stable. Okay, so people make the argument of these stable coin, right? But even one of the stable coins fell during this one last year. So not even stable coin is
Stable.
it's a guarantee stable, being stable. So that's kind of how I distinguish the different cryptocurrency status. So to me, I think Bitcoin is probably the only cryptocurrency that I would put my money in right now. And then in terms of Web3, or I would even call it like blockchain related tech, that is a little bit of more of a discussion point to me, because I think I'm starting to see people using blockchain to do other thing other than just money transfer or wealth transfer. I've seen a case where people use it for keeping track of your legal documents, right? Because if you have a ledger that kind of attached to a document, and that ledger said, this document belongs to Marco, and is floating onto this sort of blockchain network, whether it's public or private, at least there's a tag to say that this document belongs to me. So it's going beyond just NFT, beyond just cryptocurrency exchange, which is it's an interesting development, right? So I'm very strongly believe that blockchain as a technology has a lot of potential, but we still have a long way to go before we can see some significant impact to our real everyday lives, beyond cryptocurrency, right? currency is something that very easy to relate, really easy to kind of, also very easy to manipulate. That's why it was so risky. But then the usage of being a currency on the blockchain network was it's being used the most, and that's why we understand blockchain as a currency network. But I think there are more usage that are taking advantage of this kind of DeFi blockchain technology right now, and it's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah.
May, what do you think are please?
Sorry. I just thought like it's arguable when you say blockchain is a currency network. I think even proof of work, the Ethereum family themselves, they don't think themselves so much of a currency network right now, but they look at themselves as a network of computing power. So I think they start to differentiate themselves from currencies a bit. I mean, there are lots of controversy there, there are lots of arguments there, and I think lots of people implement a lot of ideas in there. But this is my 2 cents. Anyway, what did you say?
I'm not arguing the fact that blockchain it's a currency network. I'm just stating the fact that most people understand blockchain as a currency network because that was most talked about and most being used. But I'm starting to see other usage being applied to this blockchain technology, DeFi technology, which is amazing. And it could, I mean, one can make an argument that, oh, we better be fast. We need to like discover the next, Facebook now. But at the same time, you can also make an argument that it will still take a little bit time to develop, so you don't have to rush, right? And we're not going to find out until we really dig in and start looking at use cases or companies that are doing fundraising.
I think rush is not rush. It depends on your appetite on where you want to invest on the S curve. I mean, a lot of people love Series, and a lot of people like pre-seed. So I think it's your appetite truly to put the money in. But is it too late in general? No. But if you like prefer startups and seeds, you still can invest. I've been secretly on the personal note helping others due diligence on projects, and not so many good ones come along. I'm telling you, it's like like look good, they feel good, but practically sometimes they don't work. Can't name them though.
No, you're absolutely correct. I think for early round investor now might be a time to really look into these infrastructure companies. I think to me my practice is always like I'm trying to catch the S curve, uprise, right at the middle. So I never get the cheapest stuff. But then I also weighted with the risk analysis because early stage company has a high risk of failing, whereas later stage will have a much higher success rate. Of course, they're more expensive. So yeah, I think you're absolutely correct. So, but Alex, what do you think? I mean, we talked enough.
I think the time is winding down, but I think that it's. What I took away from this is that, like anything else, we have to look at it carefully. And I think that there's definitely value in cryptocurrency, definitely value in blockchain. But right now, I think everybody's on kind of all systems are on reset right now. The rest of humanity is like still on the brink of reset from what happened in the last 3 years with the pandemic and stuff. So I'd like to continue this conversation next time. If possible. And I also like to, really, I never really think about this until now, like, what are the other applications for blockchain that are really, that's aside from currency, or just purely like, it's a verification system, right? If anything else, if you really break it down to very least, what else in this world needs something like that? and could really benefit from that. So
And that is a very common understanding of blockchain for most people, right? If you ask 100 people, like, what is blockchain, right? Like, I bet you more than 99% of people would tell you that it's a currency, it's a cryptocurrency. Whereas what May and I are kind of trying to discover beyond what blockchain can do with, just currency.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it correct? Okay. Is it
It's
correct?
sorry, Alex. Sorry.
Oh, no. Is it correct for me to describe whether or not? I mean, blockchain is a verifications is a system that could help verify something, and hence it would because it's so transparent that allows it to not be so heavily regulated or so heavily overseen by some other entities to give it the authority. Is that what is that a correct description?
Verify. I'm not going to use the word verify. What I'm going to use is blockchain is a ledger system that puts in everything in somewhat folder that they call block. Trying to break it down to the most simplest form, right? So the way to keep the ledger or keep this information makes it traceable and trackable. And a lot of blockchains outside, and especially most of the blockchain I know, help with the double spending. You can't copy and paste. If money is spent, that money has to be gone. So or if that transaction is sent, it needs to be sent, and you can't find it anywhere. So that's the way the ledger is designed for blockchain system, and I think that's pretty much it. And everything else is on top. Everything else is on top. So you look at something very beautiful, very common in nowadays, but very beautiful, very elegant, very simple, to the way you so it's very, very simple. I mean, it's very simple. Then people trying to put something on top, like you look at internet. What is internet? Internet is a network where people can put something on a server, and you can tap into the server and you can see that information, and that's internet, right? And then people start to have creativities, put things, layers of things on top of internet. So I think blockchain is the same thing. We still looking at a very early stage. So to reply to Alex, I don't think blockchain is about validation. I think blockchain can help in the validation process, but blockchain itself is not to validate it, just to keep ledger in the way that you can trace.
It's a ledger system, and if we don't use it, then the alternative will be we call it the hierarchy system, right? Or the proof of power, where you a proof of status, where you entrust the government to make a judgment of whether this house belongs to you or this car belongs to you, right? And blockchain kind of broke all that and make it a transparent kind of structure, if you will.
From the technical side, yes.
Yeah.
From the last mile, where you there's a link between offline and online, like this is a house and this is a deed, and you register because in blockchain technology you can register only the online things.
Great.
Okay.
So
20 minutes.
we're my bad. My fault. Anyways, I think we should pick up the conversation some other time, some other form. But in the meantime, I think we should sign out now. And thank you very much for tuning in, anybody who's tuning in right now. My name's Alex.
Marco here.
May.
Okay.
See
Take
you
care.
guys next week.
See you.
All right, see you.
Bye.
Bye.